I can't believe that there is actual lore in these Nutter Butter TikTok posts.
We just wanted to take the time to apologize to everyone who's had to see it.
It's like a car crash, right? I want to stop looking, but I need to know more. How does the person running this account explain any of this to their family? Get me out of here. Guys, what is going on with Nutter Butter? Butter.
It's another Nutter Butter.
Excuse me, what was that? I don't know what just happened. All right, that wasn't me. That was weird. Okay, let's just move on because I have something very strange to talk to you guys about today. Because have any of you guys looked at the Nutter Butter TikTok page? Because, you know, I was scrolling on TikTok and one of their videos just randomly showed up on my feed. And oh my God, they're producing some real nightmare fuel over there. And I'm not talking about greenhouse gases. You know, it's the real nightmare fuel, the damage we're doing to the earth. But that is for another day, you know? For right now, let me just show you the clip that I saw.
Nutter Butter, are you guys okay?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
They're doing like this sort of weird marketing gimmick thing that's meant to just be, as I said, weird and very out there. And I've gone over all of these weird TikToks that they've created, and there's actually some sort of story here, or at least like the pieces of a story. I don't know. I'll show you in a minute, but whoever is running this account is doing something that I've actually seen before because it's reminiscent of something called analog horror. Some of the biggest examples of this are the Mandela Catalog and the Walton Files. These are supposed to have this sort of a weird vibe that come from analog video, but they also have story and lore and all these things to get, you know, the viewer interested in it, but they don't make it very easy, okay? They make it kind of confusing on purpose so that fans end up speculating and theorizing about what could this story be, what could be going on, and then these theories and speculations sort of get more fans interested in it because they see other people theorizing and they're like, oh, that's pretty cool. Let me also get into this, you know? And while the Nutter Butter page does sometimes use, you know, analog video to kind of increase the creepiness, they don't always, but they definitely do have that other aspect of these types of videos where you just have no idea what is going on. You have to speculate a lot, but there are like some recurring characters. So it seems like there could be some sort of story that they're trying to build here, which is weird because it's the marketing page for Nutter Butter that we're talking about here. This is a brand doing something that we've never really seen a brand do before, or at least a brand of this size, right? Because Nutter Butter is owned by Mondelez International, which is a very big business that owns a lot of unhealthy snacks. They own Sour Patch Kids, Oreos, Ritz, Chips Ahoy, and of course Nutter Butter. Like this is a big company, and so it is not every day that we see a big brand doing something really weird and out there like this. There are definitely plenty of examples of brands trying to do something new, and it just ends up being very cringy and very like, how do you do, fellow kids? But honestly, I don't really see that here. At least in Nutter Butter's example, it just seems kind of weird in a good way. I don't know. Okay, let me quit yapping and let me just actually show you now. I'm also just kind of excited for this video because I get to say Nutter Butter a lot, and I like saying Nutter Butter. It's fun. Okay, what is going on their TikTok? Well, they have a couple hundred videos, and this, you know, going off the deep end is a fairly recent thing for their page. Before this, they were doing kind of more typical brand stuff and just making silly videos with Nutter Butter in it. They would also make duets to other people's videos with a Nutter Butter, which, I don't know, it's kind of funny. And they also have this video where the account runner tried to recreate this, and this is what they made. Now, listen, okay, I am not here to judge anybody. That's where we are ending that, okay? Let's move on. It was on January 12th of 2023 that everything changed, and that the Fire Nation attacked. No. The Nutter Butter TikTok page posted a slideshow of a low-quality Nutter Butter, and on the final slide, it said the name Aiden. And so, like, who is this Aiden person? I have a coworker named Aiden at the grocery store I work at, but you know, something tells me they're not talking about him unless he has a secret peanut buttery secret he's not telling me. Maybe. We'll see. Now, this post did really well for the Nutter Butter page. It got 618,000 views on TikTok and 4.6 million on Instagram, which, like, you know, it's not 100 million, but, you know, that's pretty good for some free marketing. And I can sort of imagine that this weird, unsettling post would kind of work, because something like this is something you'll remember again and again throughout the day. And, you know, maybe you'll even think about it when you're at the grocery store, and maybe even when you're right next to the Nutter Butters in the aisle, and maybe even you'll think, no, I do not need them. I am not craving any peanut buttery goodness right now, okay? I am strong. I am strong. I'm not strong. Seriously though, there's no expiration date on this, so I don't know if these are good. It just says best if used by, and there's no date. And also, they're not resealable. Oreos are resealable. Why aren't these resealable? Here they are, okay? I do not remember the last time that I had Nutter Butters. Down the hatch. Okay. I wouldn't choose to eat these, but you know, it's food. That's good. I'm gonna put these down now. And that is pretty much how that goes. The person running this account is banking on you to see this video and then remember it the next time that you're in the aisle next to Nutter Butters and be like, hey, why not grab them? Which I guess it did work on me. I just did exactly what they wanted. Okay, so in the beginning, they really only did one of these really weird videos every so often, with this one being next, where a Nutter Butter breaks out of an egg and looks weird and makes weird noises. Listen, okay, I am not here to body shame or nutter shame, I suppose, but I don't think Nutter Butters should look like that. They shouldn't have hair or eyes or any of whatever that is going on. Shortly after, they posted another, where this time, there's a lot more to it. It starts off like one of those TikToks where you're supposed to guess what the inside color of something will be. And before anyone judges anyone, okay, just remember that making TikToks to market a cookie is not an easy thing, and that's not even a joke, okay? I am being very serious right now. And, you know, because of this, this person might be going just a little bit crazy and, you know, maybe forgetting their colors.
Green or
It's another Nutter Butter peanut butter sandwich cookie.
It's another Nutter Butter peanut butter sandwich cookie. Is unfortunately not a color, okay? I'm sorry to say. You're close, you know? That's like a couple letters off from red. You'll get it next try. But maybe I'm the one in the wrong here, okay? Because the inside is actually found out to be another Nutter Butter peanut butter sandwich cookie. And then some weird stuff happens.
It's another Nutter Butter peanut butter sandwich cookie. Here,
Aw, you knew.
here, Nutter Butter man. Have another Nutter Butter peanut butter sandwich cookie.
Now, that ending was meant to be weird and creepy, which it does succeed at. Good job. But they didn't even need to edit anything, because I found where that clip originally comes from, and it has enough creep by itself, okay? It's an ad from the 1970s.
Here's the Nutter Butter peanut butter sandwich cookie riddle. What has creamy peanut butter filling up its middle, and is peanut shaped and crunchy too?
It's another Nutter Butter peanut butter sandwich cookie.
Aw, you knew.
Here, Nutter Butter man.
Okay, listen, I'll say it. Not a big fan, okay? Not a big fan of what is happening here at all. Not in the slightest. I do not like the faces they're making. I do not like the constant hissing in the background. And I do not like the Nutter Butter talking to a kid alone in the park. Get that man away. I do have to thank this video for one thing though. It taught me that I do not like low quality audio. It creeps me out to an alarming degree. Okay, it's weird. And you know, I didn't know that before. So thank you, Nutter Butter man. I appreciate it. After that video, it just keeps getting worse and worse, okay? Because they uploaded this video with odd editing.
That's yummy.
Another slideshow post saying it was brought to you by Aiden, which looks like the Nutter Butter Man from the commercials. So is this telling us that the Nutter Butter Man is supposed to be Aiden? I don't know. I'm assuming so, because these are really the only two characters we have, Aiden and the Nutter Butter Man, so it makes sense if they're like the same thing. But I'm just making an assumption, okay? We'll kind of skip past some of the next posts because they don't really add any new information, and they also just aren't really that insane, unlike the newer posts. But you do sort of see, as time goes on and these posts get more and more unhinged, the views go up more and more. Like, the creator has gotten to the point where they are stepping in peanut butter. Which even if you paid me a paycheck, I'm not doing that, and I'm not posting that on the official Nutter Butter TikTok page. How is this allowed? Like, how does the person running this account explain any of this to their family? If old Gram saw any of these videos, she'd die. Heart attack on the spot. Following this, we actually get a new person introduced to the lore. So it's no more just Aiden. We now have Brian. Brian, who is just a real person. He makes TikToks and stuff. But for some reason, Nutter Butter decided to reach out to Brian by sending him messages that I can only describe as an alien language. What are we doing here? Okay, what's going on? But, you know, regardless, Nutter Butter decided that they wanted to bring Brian into the story in a very weird Nutter Butter way. They sent him a jug of Brian's peanut liquid, as well as a shirt that said nut on it. I don't even know. Truthfully, all I can think about is how weird of a conversation that must have been with their boss. We should send Brian's peanut liquid. That will get all the people to buy Nutter Butter. Next, there's a post that's just a picture of Nutter Butters flying like angels with Aiden written above. So is Aiden like some sort of god to these Nutter Butters? If you read the caption for this post, it says, "I have ascended." So like, is that also referring to Aiden being the god and like ascending above all the other Nutter Butters? Or maybe is that like the creator has ascended or something? I can't believe that there is actual lore in these Nutter Butter TikTok posts. It's like a car crash, right? I want to stop looking, but I need to know more. This next post is, to me at least, some confirmation that Aiden is harming the poster of these in some way, with a caption reading "Help M." I'm assuming they didn't finish it, but meant to be "Help me." And so like, that makes me wonder, is Aiden forcing the creator of these to post them? Or is there nothing to any of this at all? And it's just weird to be weird. I wish I could tell you. Okay, I wish I could tell you. Now, we actually get to see Brian coming back into the story, because we see this creepy video where it's just a random jumble of letters at the end. Now, you know, what does this mean? Well, as someone who has watched every single MatPat FNAF video, I know exactly what to do. You see, this is a code, and to de-encrypt it, or to unencrypt it, or make it not encrypted anymore, we have to do some incredibly hard and basically undoable things, okay? You see, this is encoded by what is called a Caesar cipher. Basically, this is a sentence, but you just have to move every letter to the previous one, and then you get actual words. I know, very hard. But doing this reveals 2024 is Brian's year. What's that mean? It's a running pattern in this video that I don't know. But this does confirm that Brian is a part of this story in a deeper way than just being some sort of side story, because it would be one thing if he was just, you know, sent something and then that was it. But now he is a part of another video where there's even a code for him and stuff. Like, he's in there deep now. After this, there's another post that shows the Nutter Butter man in real life, like in our physical world. And let me tell you, I would not be happily on a swing near this guy. The moment he tries to walk up to me, I'm running away, screaming Bloody Mary, okay? Get me out of here. That was one very brave kid in that commercial. Following this, we see the account runner get more into video editing as a video titled "A Line" is posted. It starts off with just a bunch of Nutter Butters in a container. But then cuts to a bunch of Nutter Butters appearing in a line, with a big Nutter Butter having a line and 1021 written on it. As it isn't yet October 21st, I don't know what this means. Are they like releasing a new Nutter Butter product on that day? Probably. At the end of the day, this is still just a promotion page for Nutter Butter, though it is easy to forget that with all of the Aidens and Bryans and all the other weird stuff that's happening. After that, we see another video referencing the commercial from earlier.
What has creamy peanut butter filling up its middle, and is peanut shaped and crunchy too? It's another Nutter Butter peanut butter sandwich cookie.
We see a bunch of Nutter Butters at a playground doing various activities, but we see that old ad again in the sky and as well as in the audio. Once again, another 10 out of 10 weird video from the Nutter Butter page, and we're definitely seeing a lot more editing than we did in like the previous videos, which is pretty cool. It probably takes hours to make these, but here we go, okay? This is where we get more information on Brian, all right? Because we have another video following this, where it's in the style of a choose your own adventure, where you are tasked to find Aiden. When you enter the bedroom, you see a round Nutter Butter who is apparently Aiden's son, Brian. So I guess that I was right, that Brian does have more to do with the story than just being like a side thing, but apparently it's not the real life Brian anymore. They've transferred over to this round Nutter Butter Brian. And you know what? Maybe we were wrong that Brian's peanut liquid was even for Brian. Okay, maybe it was from Brian, from the round Nutter Butter Brian. It's his peanut liquid. Boom. That's crazy. After you find Brian in this video, you choose to destroy him and then cover yourself in peanut butter. I don't know either, okay? You then go to Aiden Street where this pop-up shows up, and then you swiftly lose by pressing on that pop-up. I don't know what that ending is about, but other than that, pretty big stuff from this video actually. We learned that Brian is not the real person Brian, but instead this round Nutter Butter Brian. And also that we are trying to find Aiden for some reason, maybe to destroy him just like we did with Brian. Maybe that's even why Aiden is trying to harm the creator, because the creator did this to Brian, so Aiden is trying to get his revenge. Following this, we have a video that I'll just let play out. Is there like an Aiden cult or something? Is that what we're seeing here? Were these three Nutter Butters a part of some Nutter Butter resistance group or something? These videos are just getting so weird. And I'm still wondering if like there is any meaning. Am I just trying to create meaning in something that there isn't any in? Like there are some recurring characters, but like that's really all we have right now. I don't know anything else. I don't understand any of this. Okay, wait. This next post actually just solves everything. A Nutter Butter in beans. You know, why didn't I think about that? That's just like, everything is solved. Everything is solved. That's crazy. After this, we get more references to Aiden and to the Nutter Butter Man in several videos. But then we also get the day 8/22 in the video, which was in only 2 days from when this was posted. So let's see what happened. Okay, so they didn't post on 8/22, so I don't know what that meant, but they did post this video of the Nutter Butter Man in real life again on 8/23. Maybe they meant for that video to come out on 8/22 and they just didn't finish it in time. Okay, now there's really only one more video that adds to the story of what we have so far. That was a lie. There's been more videos uploaded after I recorded this, so I'll make sure I go over those after. And it's this one. We see Aiden, but in a sort of Nutter Butter human hybrid. Now we do actually get another name, which is the first time in a while, because we get Nadia. Nadia is a name we haven't heard yet, and it seems like something bad must have happened to her, since her name makes the video pause for a second and go all weird and creepy. I'm gonna try and speedrun the new stuff, so let's go. First, there's this video that tells you to do the nutty dance, and then it gets interrupted with
Yes. Yes.
Then we get to meet a new character, Mr. 1021, which I'll just let you watch what he says.
As of recently, we've been made aware of the Nutter Butter social media accounts, and we just wanted to take the time to apologize to everyone who's had to see it. This is
Okay, so I guess that both Aiden and Mr. 1021 are the Nutter Butter Man, since they're both shown to be him. Or I could be completely off, who knows? The next post is then a slideshow with all of the characters on it, which is definitely handy to have. But then also plow, so that's new. But apparently this plow is important because it shows up again in the next video's caption, which I'll show you that video now.
We all ready? Yes.
That video is jam-packed with stuff, but something I did notice was a QR code, which unfortunately for the life of me, I could not get to scan. I think it's probably just too low quality, but if any of you guys can get it, please let me know in the comments what it is. And yeah, that's all the new videos.
World record.
There's also this thing that I didn't mention because I didn't really know where it fit in, but I'll just say it now. In some of the more recent videos, pictures of cats will just show up for like a brief second. Once again, I don't know, but it's there. So as of now, that's everything that I've managed to find about this weird thing that the Nutter Butter TikTok page is doing. I don't know what Aiden wants. If Aiden is the Nutter Butter Man, I think so, but there's no like 100% confirmation. I don't know who Nadia is. I have no idea what's gonna happen on October 21st. I truly just don't know anything. I just thought that this was very weird and I just wanted to talk about it. Maybe there is meant to be this weird bigger thing going on, or maybe it's just creepy. For the sake of being creepy, there's always a chance that's the case. I guess we will just have to wait and see. And anyways, all right, thank you for watching this video. Why don't you watch the video on screen right now? The all-knowing YouTube algorithm thinks that you'll like it, so I'm sure you will. Goodbye.